be honest, I still don't understand why most people hate price action. But price action is a key tool in this Forex market. In today's video, I'm just going to show you how powerful price action is and how you can interpret the market, get the blueprint, and understand the nature of the market. So let's get started. Now, remember, when talking about price action, this is what we need to understand: the market direction, understand the key levels, and mark those levels. And of course, today I'm just going to show you two market conditions that usually do occur, right? So for example, let me just remove this drawing. We understand that the market do give us a impulse phase, correction, impulse phase, correction, and impulse phase, right? So definitely, I believe everybody know about these, right? Now, as usual, we do take our entry of these pullbacks, right? The higher low and higher low. And of course, if we just do the same, we have a lower low right here, lower high, lower low, lower high. So these are just levels that we do take our entry. Let's just have maybe our trend right there, correct? Now, still basic things, correct? Now, there are two types of approach. Remember, I've said we need to understand how the market's approaching, key levels that we've just identified. I'm talking about maybe this level right here, that's a flip zone, and of course this level right here, we have this trend, right? Now, if we talk about, let's talk about the pullbacks first. This pullback. Now, there are two types of pullbacks. The market might decide just to give you candlestick. Let me just draw this. Candlesticks after candlesticks. It's a pullback, something like this. Candlesticks after candlesticks, something like this, right? And sometimes the market might give you pullback like this: candlesticks, 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 something like this. Something like that. I hope you guys understand that. Now, if you look at this nature of the market just dropped. But then if you look at this kind of nature, the market was creating a lower low, lower high, and a lower low, right? I hope you guys understand. Now, we have two different approach on how to take the market or how to tackle the market once we see this approach and once we see this approach, right? Now, let me just start with this approach right here, correct? Now, if you see right over here, the market dropped with this kind of a thing. That means we had just this drop towards our trend line. I hope you guys are with me. Don't get confused. If you don't get anything I'm talking about, just rewind and you will understand, right? So we are still talking about this one right here. The market just dropped. Never gave out lower low and lower high. The market is just dropping with candlesticks after candlestick. That being said, if we want to look for entries, let the market go up a little bit. That is a one-way ticket, creating a new high, and of course anticipate a pullback. Then now, once you see a pullback, then now look for your bullish properties right there and look for your entry, correct? Something like this. I hope that makes sense. That's a one way to take this entry right here. Now, if you want to take entry based on this approach, let's just have it right here. Remember, we said the market was going back with a lower low right there, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? Talking about this approach right there. And of course, we have our trend line right here, correct? Now, that being said, it means we won't take our entry once we see price going up and doing this, right? We won't take our entry the way we did take our entry with this first approach right here, correct? Now, this is how we should be looking for our entry. We make sure we have our trend line because price was giving us a downtrend, right? So for us to have a good entry, we wait for price, go back to retest this trend line right here, then bounce off, comes down. With that means price has given us a new high, a lower high right here, correct? Now, if we want to make our buy entry, price needs to confirm by taking out this new high, something like this, correct? Now once we see price taking out this new high, that means price has already started printing a higher high, higher low, and this is a higher high. So all you need to wait for is just a retest based on this previous high that was taken out, turned to a support, and look for your bullish properties right here and go in for your buys once you see that is confirmed, something like this. I hope that makes sense. And of course that is the same thing of the downtrend. Let me just start. You see this one right here, the market just went up. Wait for price to start printing bullish property, a higher high right there, lower high, lower low, sorry, then lower high right there. Then now look for a bullish property, then take your your bearish property, then take your sell right there. Now talking about this, price created higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher. Now all you need to wait for price to go back to retest this trend line right here. Then now create a new high, higher low right there, of course bounce off. Then now once price takes out this high, that means price has started printing lower low right here, lower high, lower low, and we wait for a lower high right there. Then look for your bearish property and go in for your sell position. Right now we have another scenario. Let's just go back. This is it. Let's say price never pulled back and gave us a new high. This is it. Price just broke out of our trend. So what do? It does not mean that the market is changing direction, because this might be a level. Price might just go back, respect that level, then continue with its downtrend, breaking out of this uptrend, right? And of course the same thing, if we flip a screen, price might just break, respect this previous high, continue going up. I hope that makes sense. Now this is how we're going to tackle this kind of a situation when price breaks out of our trend, correct? Now it's just the same thing. Wait for price to maybe retest right there, correct? Now we mark this as a new high, right? That's a new high. This is it. We need to make sure that price takes out this high. The same thing, once price has taken that high, it means we have a higher low right there, higher high, higher low, higher high, and of course we should be anticipating pullback to give us a higher low. Then we look for our bullish properties, take our sell position right there. I hope that makes sense, correct? And it's the same thing if we're looking out for selling properties. This is it. Price took up that level, the trend line retest, creating a new high. Wait for market to break out of that new high. Then now wait for that retest to make sure it is on a lower high. Look for your sell position. I hope that makes sense. And this is it. Let's say we want to look for sell property. Just the market just broke. Remember we still have this level right here, correct? The market broke, went back to respect this resistance. So it means the market might do this bounce, right? Then once we see price going up, correct, mark this level right here is a low, correct? Now once that's done, if price decides to break this low, something like this, then that means we are back inside this trend line, this downtrend. With that being said, the same thing, wait for price to go back, retest this support, turn to resistance, something like this. Look for your bearish property. And in essence, this is of course this is still a downtrend right there. We have lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Look for a bearish property right here. Then now target all the way down, and it's just the same thing of this downtrend. We need to see. Let's just remove everything for you guys to understand once again, right? Price just broke. Don't take your sell position. Understand that there's still this level, right? Price, if you see price doing this, going back, and then you see price kind of pulling back a little bit right there, all you need to do is mark this as a high. Once you've done that, wait for price to take out this high. If price does that, the next thing you should be looking out for is just a pullback. Look for your bullish property right there. take your buy, correct, then go all the way up. And if you see this, the market is just giving us a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and of course you anticipate that the market of the nature. Now let's just talk about the real situation of the market. Right now, look at this. If you see, this is it, price, this is our second scenario that we talked about right here, correct? This is it. Now if you look at this, price did this, we had a trend, of course, let's just have this as a trend. We see price came back with a lower low right here, lower high, lower low, correct? Now with that being said, I say this is just a downtrend right here, correct? It's a downtrend. Now if you look at this is still based on the H4. Look at this, the market went back, did this, let me just draw, created, in fact this was an amazing one because the market went and started creating higher low right there, higher high, then now came back. Look for your bullish properties, look for your bullish property, take your entry. Once you spot one, take your entry, then now let the market do its thing. I hope that makes sense, correct? I hope that makes sense. Now let's try to find a different scenario where price was just pulling back without creating those higher high. And in fact there's also another one right here. See, there's these two, right? So if you see, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, and what do we say? We wait for price, go back, create a new high. In fact this is it, low, higher low, went back, came back. Look for your bullish property, because why? The market never took out this zone right here, but then look at this, the market took out this high that we did identify. So once you see price taking out that high, we said wait for a retest. Once you get a retest, look for a bullish property. And of course, I know if you understand market patterns, I think you can see why I have my entry right here. If you understand about market patterns, I think you know why I have my entry right there, correct? I'm not going to dig in more deep into that. Then now of course you can target this, or just target a good risk to reward ratio, 1:4, 1:3, whichever risk to reward ratio you want. Okay, now I want to talk about is that the one that the market just pulled back. Let's talk about let's look into maybe a selling market. I'm trying to find one right here. Do we have a selling market? Let's see. Here are this. Of course this one still the market was creating this one, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, correct? Now what do they say? If you see this kind of a market, what do we say? I don't know if you guys remember. Wait for price to create a new low, wait for price to create a new low right here. I think this is it. But then this was amazing, this one. You guys, if you know about patterns, I'm not going to dig into that, but then there was this one right there. I know you guys know about patterns right there. But then I want to, this is a high, high, low. I'm looking for this kind of a market trend, this one right here. You see the market was just dropping the candlesticks after candlestick. This one, this is what I'm trying to look out for. In fact, let's see, maybe if we mark this and go to the lower time frame, probably 1 hour. Let's see. Right, so this is it. If we talk about this one, we see we had a trend, of course. Yes, 1 2 3, correct. Now this is it. You see we had this kind of an approach, then the market just, in fact, let's just do this for you guys to see. You see the market went up, came back, candlesticks after candlestick right here. Look for your bullish property, bearish property. Remember the screen is flipped. I hope you guys understand. Look for your entries, go in. right? I want to look for a clean one. I can't find a clean one though. But then guys, I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. Let me see if I can get a clean one before we call it a day. Let me see. Let me see one. Look at this. We had a higher low, higher high, higher low. Correct. This one right here. This one right here. Can you see that? We have this approach right here. Candlestick after candlestick. This level right here. You know, if you look at this level right here, is different to this. Can you see that? This on the market when candlesticks after candlestick. This one higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So that was kind of a trend, right? So what would we say? If you want to take entry based on this, let me just show you, because this is it. Market was creating higher high, higher low, higher high, whichever, and then look for your entry property. Where is this? Where is this thing? Right over here. But then remember, we have a trend. Let me just bring in trend for you guys to see. Let's just try to make 1 1 2 right there. And remember guys, what I told you, if you see price breaking out of our trend, what did we say? We said if we see price breaking out of the trend, something like this, wait for the market to go up, right? And if it's a selling confirmation, the market needs to break out of this level right here, correct? Then wait for a retest, then look for your sell. But then what did the market do? The market never did that. The market, in fact, we see the market dropped, touched our trend line, created a new high right here. This is the new high that the market did create. Came and then created a new high, went back, then now took out that new high. What did we say? What did we say? If you remember, once price has taken this new high, you can look for your bullish property or bearish property. Of course, we understand we have a higher high right here now, higher low right there, correct? Look for your entry property, whichever kind of entry strategy that you do use, then go in. I hope that makes sense. So if you don't understand anything guys, repeat or rewind the video until you get it. So until next time, mi amigo, peace.